Okay, I believe I'm streaming Ladies and Germs now and those in between. I don't mean to be so, just making sure that it's going through. Okay, it's going through. Now I'm going to put some stuff on playing in the background just to get some music playing so I can continue working. I do not expect anyone to be tuning in. I rarely do. But I mean, I never really do expect anybody to tune in. But the one thing that seems to be constant is that it's like maybe an hour, into it, people start showing up. Kind of wacky, considering I stream for only about an hour. But what we're doing here this evening is these are sidewalks that I created many, many moons ago, shall we say, in the game's development. And I was really hoping that sometime along the way we would get somebody that would be able to help out with it. Yeah, well, it was so simple, but well, again, in the end, it came down to me essentially. We have some sidewalks because these are sidewalks that are just blocks that are placed as tightly as they can. We still have a little bit of overlap and a little bit of wonkiness that leads to. Let me just show you. Sorry, I keep on forgetting this is not Unity. I wish it had the exact same sort of interface, but we're going to turn this off. 1, 4. Yeah, there we go. You see these, let's see. Come on. How come I can't? Apparently, it's like, screw you. I'm not going to let you zoom in. All right, well, what we're going to do here is we're going to go to 1. And this is very odd. How come we cannot select any of the vertices? Oh, well. If I can't see the vertices, it's going to be very hard for me to. But here, I mean, really, you can see what I was talking about. You see these little problems up here in the upper right corner. These little gaps in the sidewalk, they're not very visible. They're not there unless you're looking for them. And unfortunately, as I'm the guy who made them, I'm always seeing them. So I'm getting rid of them. But my main concern here is that for some reason I cannot see my, I was hoping I could see, the vertices when I select them. But goodness gracious. I'm wondering how come the UI stuff has been turned off. I mean, when I opened this, I was able to select stuff, but now I just can't. Blender is just a wacky thing. It just is. Hello to the one viewer. I'm sort of embarrassed because I can't do the thing I was going to do. I mean, I can't select. I can't see what my selection is. If I can't see what my selection is, I mean, I don't even see the gizmos. Hold on. There may be some sort of weird thing in Blender where you could turn off. How do okay? Gizmos are off in Blender. What happened? That's really okay. No, I could say okay. Object gizmo. How to use a gizmo? Okay, it's referring to only that one gizmo. And okay, let's see the objects I selected highlighted within Blender. Sorry, I'm a newbie when it comes to Blender, and it's just yeah, no, object not okay. N. Okay, is that it? Is it that simple? N. No, apparently not. That don't do a damn thing. Oh God. Oh, H? Does that change things? No, it doesn't. And I have the feeling the only way to really fix this is for me to reboot my computer because I've retried opening Blender and it doesn't. I mean, reopening Blender and it doesn't fix the problem. Yeah, I mean, just all of a sudden you can no longer see what the heck you've highlighted. Um, and it makes me look stupid and ineffective if I can't do what I wanted to do. Oh well, Blender let me down again. That's why I've been complaining about Blender for all of these years. It is just not a good. I mean, the one defense that everybody has for Blender, no offense for the people who love Blender, is that it's free. Yes, it's free, but honest to goodness. Oh. Oh, thank you, James. I could talk more about this, like how much I freaking hate Blender. And, every time you try and find a solution for it, they're just, oh, God. And, one of the things that every Blender aficionado will tell you, and it's a lie, it is a dirty, dirty lie, that, oh, you don't understand. You can get a plugin for Blender that'll mimic the UI of whatever any other 3D software you're used to. A lie. A dirty, filthy lie. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to try closing Blender once again and opening it because this is what I want to do tonight. I mean, I've already I'm not going to don't save because it's stupid. I've already done the largest piece of sidewalk. I've already smoothed that out over here. This was one that had multiple instances of sidewalks that were not going all the way up to the curb. And, just little details like that that really had to be fixed on a pixel by vertex basis. There was no shortcut. Except I really don't like this here. I don't like that. But that's something I'm willing to just deal with later on. So what I'm doing right now is, again, I'm just trying to get these things. Maybe it's that model. I'm going to export these sidewalks because all the sidewalks need to be run through this. This is a smaller version that I might be able to get done within the hour. So I'm just going to go file. We're going to call this sidewalk 4. Export. And we're going to open up Blender once again. If it continues to screw with us and doesn't show us the vertexes, well, just as it was in previous, streams, I'm going to have to go and work on something else other than the advertised thing. That happens sometimes. It just sucks. Import our FBX. And it is desktop sidewalk 4. Get this guy F. Here we are. And this is one that I may want to break apart, even though it's just so small. I'm wondering why bother. I mean, really, it's like maybe 200 tries. I don't know. But okay, so you see, now here's what we're trying to do. I'm going to take this into edit mode. And see, now we can see the vertices. Everything is good. But that's the way it was when I opened it last time. So let's hoping we can keep this. This is very pedantic, stupid work here. But basically, I'm just lining up. Oh, I really should turn on 3D or the, X-ray so I can get everything lined up. I'm just lining up points as tightly as I can. I'm not welding them because what's the point, really? And it means really just going into really micro to make sure that there is little gap as possible between one piece of sidewalk and the other. And you see, even up there, there's still, it's a little bit off. So there we go. Yeah, and I got to do this for every one of these, top vertices here. So yeah, it's another one of those evenings. Eric does pedantic, just boring stuff. But I really wanted to do this because I hated the way those sidewalks looked. I just really effing did because it looked like blocks. It looked like what it was. It broke the fourth wall. When you were running down those sidewalks, you could tell, yeah, I'm walking on polys, a bunch of boxes, stuck together. I'm trying to... You can't break immersion like that. What the heck is going on here? Okay. Sorry, gotta go back up. So it's just going to be me, again, just doing this. Lining up vertices as absolutely tight and close as humanly possible. I'm making sure that things are, yep. So that's 1, 2. And now I've got to only do that for all, let's see, 2, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. Okay, quite a few, essentially. 30. I got to do that about 30 more times for all these vertices. So, again, it's going to be a boring evening. I could talk about game dev or, we could talk about movies we've seen or such, because it really will be just me moving this stuff around very, precisely for an hour. Um, yeah, if I had known, I keep on saying this, that, well, no, I can blame them, but it's also up to me. It's just I never really had, I guess, enough a rigorous enough review process. I trusted people when they said, "Oh yeah, I did that," and I don't know. I'm just keep on finding myself doing stuff that I thought had been done, but people just could not be bothered. I guess. Anyway, I'm not gonna whine because this is again something I tell people. I just posted on Reddit the other day, and I gave a piece of advice to somebody who was advice. I just told him, listen, don't, man, there's no one who's going to care as much about your project and put in the required amount of detail as you. That is just simply an unfortunate fact. You could pay them, you could treat them well, you can let them walk all over you. That actually doesn't help things up. But anyway, there's no way they're going to be satisfied. They're just going to do a half-ass job. And you're going to have to come in the end and redo it, basically. And it sucks. And also because it's like all these people who literally took months to do this work. Laura and I are replicating like their work in literally just like a couple of weeks. And it's like, well, goodness gracious. All this time I hired these people because I thought Laura and I were like newbies to game development. We needed more like advanced game developers to help out with the project. When it turns out that, even those guys who had the AAA, like, resumes, they were just freaking idiots. They did not know what they were doing. And it would have been just better off if it would have just remained me and Laura from the very beginning. No, actually, no. I keep on going back to this. Richard DaCosta, I do not regret hiring him. He's the guy who did the adaptive soundtrack to the game. And it was it's a really unique piece of work, and I do not regret hiring him at all. Okay, we got to just zoom all the way in here and make sure. Yeah. Uh-oh. Okay, good. Okay, F. Yeah. All right, great. These two are lined up, so just keep on moving. Moving on. By the way, if anybody has something you want to talk about. Oh, hello, Ethan. Ethan's Vault. Yes, a play. Actually, Ethan, if you had donated as little as $1 to our Patreon, you would know we have released probably 11 playable demos over the last 5 years. No, 3 years. Uh, we those were all alphas, where you could basically just run around the world and do, just scramble around and such. What we're working right now is the beta. Well, no, the playtest version that is going to have a lot more systems in it for the beta, and that includes hunting. It includes a much more detailed, worked out world. I mean, most of the colliders I found out that I paid somebody to do over the course of 3 years. Well, no, he just totally dropped the ball. And again, whatever. Laura and I, we redid them all in about a few months. And anyway, so yeah, we have a playable demo. And listen, if you don't want to donate $1 to our Patreon and want to become a playtester, you can do that. Get in touch with us at, I'm going to put the email address over here in instructions. To become a playtester, write us at peaseislandlc@gmail.com. Now, here's the thing. If you are not a contributor we ask non-patrons to sign a non-disclosure agreement. And understand if you do get the demo, it's it's something that you can't stream. We don't want anybody to stream it. I mean, again, this playtest version is a version of the game that we basically went in since the last alpha, and since the last playtest version, and we broke a great deal of it just to make sure that everything is working together properly. Sometimes you have to just break everything apart and just meticulously put it back together bit by bit. That's where we're in the course of doing right now. So if you do become a playtester, it's going to be limited, but I can say it's going to be more. It's going to have a heck of a lot more features and a lot more neat stuff in it than any of the alphas that we've produced to date. So to answer your question, again, if you want to play an alpha, I mean, you could donate $1 today and get just go back through the posts, the members only posts, and you could find it. But again, you can just contact us, directly after becoming, a patron, and say, "Hey, I want to become a playtester." And Bazinga Bazunga, you're a playtester. As soon that's cool. You'll get a version with the same caveats to please don't stream it. And it will have a few limitations, but it will be a demo. These things are just not cooperating here. Yeah, there. I do kind of like it when you get right down to the pixel level, really close. Blender does one thing right here. When you get right down, really close, you can see here, and you have to make things 100% precise. You get really close in, and it just the pixel, the vertex starts just snapping precisely to where it needs to be, and I do dig that. So Blender developers, you did something right. My Alex Jones impersonation. My ability to impersonate Alex Jones has gone downhill as years pass since I quit smoking. To really do a good Alex Jones impersonation, you got to either hold on. There we go. There's my gizmo. Okay, cool. I thought I lost my gizmo again. I noticed some more chats came up over there. I'm going to take a look. I'm just obsessed with these, making sure that these dots are as close as humanly possible to each other. All right. Okay. I'll look over there. Well, let's see. Oh, most recent one, the playtest version. Okay. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Well, no, dude. Ethan, if you are a patron and under 18, that's fine. You don't have to sign the NDA. We do trust you. I'm surprised. And you say you've written to us before. Was it after the last playtest version? Because we've only put out one playtest version so far. So you may have gotten in contact with us since then. And if you did, I'm going to tell you what I told everybody else who signed up after the most recent playtest version. You don't really want this version because it had so many things wrong with it that we have since fixed. And this next version is going to have so much more, it'll run smoother and you'll have more stuff to check out, more things to do. And it'll be better if you it sucks to wait, but trust me, it's better to wait than to go back to the old one. Because we've already had people send in over 100 pages of bug reports on that last playtest version that we released. So, and pretty much most of those have been taken care of. When I say most, some of the bugs had to do with the interior, the Liz Helm interior. And I am personally not too concerned with interiors right now. Right now, I am just 100% focused on making sure that the exterior, that the player can access every part of the exterior of the game world. They can climb up to, every roof that they want to. They can go everywhere they want. We had, sorry, I shouldn't have done that. We had one playtester who, found a way to get all the way up to their, church steeple I didn't even know if that was possible. And he was like, dude, you didn't put a collider on top of the church steeple. So, all of that, along with so many other things, have been fixed. So if you got in contact with us asking to become a playtester after the release of the most recent, playtest build, that's the reason why, we delayed, because we just think, I mean, yeah, wouldn't you rather have the version that has, all the neat stuff in it rather than the old one with all the bugs? So, and anyway, just saying. And I'm going to go over here. Let's see. I got a response. You said you would be out March 14th. Oh, goodness. March? Oh, dude. Many apologies if I'm misgendering you, Ethan. But, dude, because I've known some women named Ethan. Just saying. Um, um, you may have fallen through the cracks. I regret to say. And I will tell you what I'm going to do for you. I will create a build this very evening. And what is your email address? I'm just going to look for Ethan. Okay. Oh, sorry. That's my eBay listings. I'm selling some C-Class there. Apologies. Let's see. Gonna check out my Gmail. Sorry about that, Ethan. I apologize. Let me just see here. Ethan. Yes. Shh. Apologies, Ethan. Again, I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. We're sorry. It seems that somehow you fell through the gaps. I truly apologize. And like I said, what I'm going to do is after this tonight, after I get this new sidewalk in, I'm going to make a build specifically for you and get it up there, okay? I'm sorry you had to put up with the delay and this happened. Uh, Understand we get hundreds of emails, and I mean, one of my jobs today was to. I'm sorry. I'm not going to make any more excuses. Um, I'm going to step away for a bit. While that gets processed through the buffer, because I need to top off my beverage and get a snack. But Ethan, again, sorry about that. And I'm just going to put this up, and I'm going to go text. Be right back. There we go. Oh, it gets lost. BRB. BRB. There we go. There we go. I'll be right back. And to anybody else watching, I'm very sorry, but I'll be right back. I'm just trying to turn off my mic. So. Alrighty. Okay. Oh, sorry, a little bit too loud. I apologize. I'm back. Yeah. By the way, that's Ronan sitting on the floor there. He's he is my he does his job supervising my work. Keeps me focused. Let's see. I think that's about as close as it needs to be. unless it's like really vertically screwed. Let's just see here. It does look like it could be moved down just a little bit. There we go. Perfect. And you know, when I'm working on this, it's like, does it have to be that freaking close, Eric? I don't know. It's sort of like when I took jewelry class in college, and I don't know. We were just it was always impressed upon us that, I mean, God is devil's in the details. You gotta make sure everything is 100% just like in the back and in the front, and I just want to make sure. Yeah. Because right there do have like a very tiny gap here that could be, cause issues. So, and move that one right down. All right. I think I've gotten all of these now. Yeah, so this little segment right here that's right in front of the church, that's done. We get to move on to the rest. But, but I'm very sorry, Ethan, that happened. All right, but thanks, Ethan. I appreciate it. Yeah. Actually, this previous, I mean, Ethan's out, but I'm going to just continue that narrative. This most recent playtest version has been now delayed by 6 weeks. Uh, you know, it's just what it is. Stuff came up. Last night, I just discovered a few things. I was hoping to release last night, but some stuff happened. But, like I said, I'm going to do one for Ethan right over there. And also, I want to see how this thing plays in the main system, because I'm going to turn down my audio here because I'm yelling to overcome it here. Sorry about that. Um, what we're going to do is, yeah, I really got, the poly counts down really well recently, and I'm just interested to see what kind of, I mean, how smoothly it runs now. Because again, oh God, I'm just going to keep on going on and on about it, man. But seriously, it's just the guy who like handled the baking of the downtown sectors just did it in just stupid ways. And every one of the alphas that we've produced up until now, I mean, I did not know, the downtown sector had 9 million triangles. That is insane. And we have now got it down to, about 2.4, so 2.2 in some areas. Actually, if you're looking out to the ocean in some places, you got it down to 1.8, which is, basically, gone gold numbers. So, I mean, this new version is going to run just so well cross-platform. Yeah, I mean, on Mac and PC. Did I leave my glass over there? Yes, I did. All right. All right. So we still have one view. Is that let me see there. James? Oh, is there weather, James? I'm sorry I never got to your question, James, but I will get to it here. Um, let's see here. Oh, what's left to do in the game world with all the objects collider smoothing? Oh God, James, I'm gonna go back over to your first question first, because well, man, come on, you know, let's go in sequential order. Um, here's the what remains to be done. I'm not going to say that I would work on this for the rest of my life, but I literally could spend the rest of my life, just fine tuning the world. But I know I can't. I mean, I know this game has been in, alpha now, for pre-alpha for a long, long time, and I mean, heck, I'm not going to give any more excuses, because I've explained why we've been delayed many times before, and I don't want to belabor it. It just sucks that it was. And um, let's see. What else remains to be done? Let me see. For the demo, for the beta demo, I would still like to get in um, 3 more interiors. We have the alpha versions of those already. We just need to hook them up. Um, I would like to get 2 more, we're NPC factions in the game. Every one of the animal species in the game, NPC species, is basically, in terms, of game coding and story, a faction. We have not put the beavers, and we have not added the snails. I would really like to add those. Um, Actually, I said we have not added the beaver and the snail. We don't have to go snails and beavers. We would like to add those. I mean, the snails, I think they're ready to go. I mean, snails don't require a heck of a lot of animation. They just, you know, um, but the one thing that's sort of just causing an issue with that is they have one specific place where they party, where you'll find them, and that is a place that requires a little bit of landscaping. The beavers could be put in tomorrow. I think we have the animation. I mean, if not, we have some basics. Hold on. I'm gonna have to take a look at that and see what the status of it of the beaver are, because that was something we were working on a while back, and I confess I lost track of, because there are so many things in this game. So to answer your question, I would say we need to get 3 more interiors. We need to get 2 more NPC factions in, and those are relatively easy to put in. I mean, really, they just need to wander around, and when the cat gets near them, for now, they initiate a conversation. That's really all. And Laura is I mean, always in game development, one thing is contingent upon another. One of the things that was delaying that is the UI when you were having a conversation was not ideal. So Laura finally got that into proper shape just today. So there's always something you're waiting on and always being pulled off on, and so. But anyway, what else have we got that we need to put in that, for the beta? Well, a dialogue, of course. Oh, sound effects. Right now, when the cat runs around and such, there's very little. I mean, I would like it so that we have at least a little bit of a sound when it hops and lands on things, and when it walks. And a few bit of a little bit of music. I think we have enough music for the beta, but ideally, I mean, we only have about half of the music biomes composed. I would like a lot more, but we really don't need that. So no music. See, when you ask me a question, I have to go and think about it and answer it comprehensively. If you're asking in terms of how much time, I mean, I could just sit here and list all the things. In the end, it's going to come down to a compromise of what I am willing to release and be happy with it. Saying, this is a beta. No, this is, a minimum viable product that I am happy with showing, our supporters and later on the general public. And I would also be comfortable showing a publisher. Because again, this is I mean, it isn't just the fans of the project, the patrons that have been waiting for this. I mean, I can't mention their names, damn it. I almost did, but I signed NDA agreements with these. But I mean, I still had conversations with publishers. They are, I mean, we have great conversations. They're like, how much money do you need? What do you need? How much do you need of personnel? How much, equipment? And they say, fantastic. Get back to us when you have your beta. And I'm like, okay, and I don't blame them, because no publisher's going to give us any money without having something to see. I mean, that we're not an NFT or a cryptocurrency. I mean, heck, that sort of stuff we can't get away with like they do. So, this is something that essentially, like I said, if you're asking in terms of time, we are planning on releasing the closed beta to patrons in the early week of August, the first week of August. That was something that, again, had to be delayed because of just crap. But let me just turn this off so I make sure I get rid of the. What the heck? Oh, there we go. And we will be releasing it to the general public probably in October of that year because trust me, we're going to get so many reports of bugs and issues from the people, the patrons and such that are going to get the preview, the closed beta. We're going to have to get all those taken care of before we release to the general public. And I know that's 6 years after I started. We would have been done a year. We would have been done a year ago had I not answered that damn phone call. And that's all I'm going to say because I've told the story so many times. And I think we actually get rid of this cube entirely in there. We could just extend this one out a bit. That's fine. So, let's see here. 4. Actually, let's just get rid of all of its vertices, and we'll get rid of the offending poly vertices. There we go. I'll just bring these over. Yeah. And all told, let me see, that is 16 less tries that the game engine has to deal with. So, win-win. So, let's see. Oh, no more questions. Oh, James? Oh, you had another question about weather. Right now, we just have various kinds of clear sky, cloudy, and foggy. To bring in rain, we have the capability, but it requires a bit of work that we do not have the time for now. But hopefully, in time for the beta, we can get that in. I would like rain, but I mean, here's the thing: is understand when it rains, we gotta fade the ground terrain so that it becomes, more, the rock becomes more specular and the dirt becomes darker and the leaves reflect a little bit more, they have a little bit more specularity. And it just, rain requires a heck of a lot of work. And we could bring it in. We have the equipment, we have the materials. It's just, right now I'm more concerned about getting the wind universal. Right now we have about 3 different wind systems that are fighting over, like, who's going to be the loudest, it seems, and I want to get that solved. Once I get the wind figured out, we'll move on to rain. And I mean, another thing about rain is we would have to basically, we would want it so that if a cat is caught out in said rain, what the heck is going on here? Okay, there we go. Yeah, we want it so that the cat, their fur gets wet. We have to introduce the wet fur. Again, we have the system and the textures for that. It just requires another level of work. Right now, we're having problems getting the basic furs working. Once we get the basics furs working as best as we can, then I'll move on to that. What was it? Third? And also, understand, we would have to code in, define certain areas in the game. Say, for example, it rains. What if the cat runs onto somebody's porch? We have to, create a splat map or, basically a, shelter map of where the cat can go inside the game world and it will no longer be affected by the rain. Because inside the game, one of the, things that you have to always keep track of is your cat's happiness. And if it's left out in the rain, it's going to get progressively more unhappy and run away for a while. So that's, it's on top of all these visual things that we have to code in. We have to code in that as well. But I think Lance could handle that in like about a half hour. He's a hot shot. So right now, no, we just have cloudy, windy, clear sky and foggy. We have day and night, but no rain yet. But we do, again, we have the systems. We have the systems to do all these things that I just mentioned. But it just requires so much time, so much effort, and right now, it's I'm just trying to figure out, get what we have working as best as humanly possible before we start introducing more stuff like rain. Man. Oh, one thing I haven't talked about yet, to our one viewer that we have left. We're gonna have an local NBC station is going to be coming by doing another TV report on the Peace Island project. Believe it or not, we have had. This will be the third TV channel that has sent a crew over to our house to cover the Peace Island project. I mean, really, it's kind of crazy how often. Let's see. I'm just trying to figure out what exactly is what here. Let's see. Yes, exactly. Gee, I wish I had somebody that wanted to talk. Over on Twitch, we have a fan over in Norway, and I sometimes specifically stream early because I know we'll have a hearty conversation. Last time, yeah, they live way in the north in Norway. I mean, honest to goodness, when they said they lived like back and beyond, or anyway, they were like, yeah, we live way up north. They say, I mean, they right now no sunsets for 3 months. That's how far north they live. And I looked at the town, and it's like, wow, that looks like Ilusat, Greenland, or something. Um, Check out my Icelandic, no, Greenlandic geography skills there. Actually, Ilusat has more apartment complexes. I didn't think they were. Actually, they looked like they were apartment complexes where they were from. Sorry. Uh, no, but the town that they are in is actually about the exact same size as the town that I grew up in Fayetteville. Like I grew up in Tennessee, um, in a town exactly the same size as their town. I mean, I know what it's like to live, in the back of beyond. I mean, especially if you're a weirdo. I mean, understand, man. Everybody says, "Oh, I was born too late. I was born in the wrong year." Man, I was so totally born in the wrong decade or whatever. Because, man, back when I was a kid, having a computer, having any interest in technology, oh God, it was social death. I mean, say goodbye to having any girlfriends or any social life. You're going to be off with the people, off over to the side, comparing your Dungeons and Dragons model sheets, man. But now, all this technology and stuff is so in. But it took people like us to sacrifice so that the young young geeks can be studly. Huh. Boy. Boy, I very well may finish this one part of the island's infrastructure before my hour's up. Yeah, I gotta pull that back. I keep on waiting for our friend Wolferpuff to show up because the last time that he was here, you see, I gave him an object lesson, and I'm hoping that Wolfer, you're watching this at a later time because I think you know what I'm talking about, and I just would really like to go. Well, you see, I just like to explain to you. I was telling you, understand, to really troll somebody, you don't really. I mean, for some reason, trolling in this modern age, and I'm going to go off on this tangent for a while. Trolling, for some reason, has become this sort of thing where people just come into a room, they crap into on the floor, and if anybody says, "God, it stinks in here," that person goes, "Oh, I trolled you, lol." And I was like, dude, I don't know. I just get the impression that this guy, who was just gently trying to troll me in a way, and I just said, listen, guy, you don't understand. I was part of Chan culture back when it was leftist. I was speaking, Chan when you were like still going to grade school or going to kindergarten as they do over there in Germany. Understand, as Moot said, trolling is an art. No, trolling is a art. Sorry, I totally trolling is a art. And if you're going to troll somebody, you just don't go into a place and just like act the idiot and go, that guy you pointed out that I was acting kind of strange. I totally owned him. No, you do something that takes that little bit of activity on their part, but exposes them something far worse and may take several days to spin out. And so I know that he was the only guy there to see it. So, Woofer, if you're ever here again, or if you ever want to tune in, yeah. You're welcome. Old School Trolling College. You're welcome. Feel free to use that. I'm not going to go into details. I mean, you can ask him, but if you know, but I'm not going to go into detail because here's the thing: he's the guy who looked. So, lol. Anyway, let's see. Oh, we only have one viewer. Is that Mom or James or somebody else, or is it Brett Dunham tuning in, or the guys over on Domi Online? Oh goodness, those poor sad guys. I mean that. Jeez, do I even want to tell the story? No, not gonna. Suffice it to say, one of the guys that scammed us, after he left, he went on to like day drink at another company and scam them. And you know, I just told him, I don't know. I recently got in contact with them on Reddit, on their Reddit, because their subreddit is dead, and I just said, "Hey, how's it going there? I noticed that your fantastic coin, your Domi coin, is now worth 0.4 cents. How's that play to earn model working for you there?" But it really doesn't matter because you have this guy working for you, Brett Dunham. And I'm sorry, guys, you're fucked. You guys could have like literally, jeez, what's a term I could use in front of my mother? You could create a perpetual money machine, and if Brett Dunham has anything to do with it, it's doomed to failure. So, good luck, guys. Hopefully, you bought your Belarusian mansions before your coin crashes. I know Brett. I mean, his little house over in whatever it was. I think it's like Albany, New York. Goodness gracious. You'd think of somebody in their 60s who'd worked in game development for as long as that guy would be able to like afford a house that wasn't so utterly embarrassing. Maybe on a street that actually had like road maintenance. But anyway, hey, enough about him. I hope you're watching, Brett. I hope you are. Anyway. Oh, hi, Wayne. Hi, Wayne. How are you doing? Wayne, you know, you probably saw last night's update. Like we said, why wear ourselves out last night trying to make a new playtest build when immediately after that we're going to have to haul ass and make a new version for the TV crew that's going to be here? Why don't we kill two birds with one stone? And just, I mean, that'll give, playtesters even more stuff to, check out. I'm still investigating solutions to, poly issues. But anyway, so yeah, I'm sorry, Wayne. I was on Twitch last night apologizing to Transarctic over there because they were waiting for, the new playtest version, as was everybody else. But seriously, it just made sense. Why wear ourselves out twice? Yeah. Oh, dude, today in between doing this, every time I did 10, fixed 10 squares of pavement, I'd go over there and answer 10 messages. Because 2 weeks ago, I sent that that alert out. Hey, if you haven't gotten your postcards, your prints, please let me know. Over 1,000 messages. I gotta do. I have not seen the messages from last night's update. I'm sorry. I'll check them out a little bit later. But yeah, see, sometimes I lose track of which one is on top and which one is on the bottom. Ugh. But so Wayne, have you ever heard of a guy by the name of Glenn Sierra? He's out there in the Washington area. Just curious. I always have videos playing when I'm working, and I've become sort of like, for some reason, Rage Hall keeps me focused. And I've been watching, videos about these First Amendment auditor jerkwads who literally just go into a public place, film people and insult them, wait for the cops to show up, and and do it all for views and such. And man, there's a guy in Seattle called Glenn Sierra. This guy, oh gosh, I'm gonna Glenn Sierra, man. Sierra, man, you get the impression that there's a little bit of mental problems. I mean, but mental issues there, and you go, well, maybe the guy's a little bit MR, a little bit problematic, maybe autistic, but then you find out no, he's a deadbeat dad on top of everything else and such. But Glenn Sierra, man, he's the worst of those First Amendment auditors. And I mean, the most obnoxious. If you want to feel sorry for policemen, go watch Glenn Sierra videos and watch how he deals with policemen and how, I mean, honest to God, it is the most despicable behavior I've ever seen in a human being. But I'm just wondering if you've ever heard of him, because he apparently, I mean, he did one thing too many, and that's online, and it's just hilarious to watch. I mean, when he finally gets his comeuppance, he's been finally arrested a few times. But what they did, I mean, because he's such a pathetic case, the case always gets dismissed. But what the policemen did is they issued a restraining order. I mean, that guy is literally cannot call the police, cannot go to the police, and yet it's awful. Oh, poor guy can't go to the police. No, this guy he's a racist. He's a sexist. He's disgusting. He's just everything horrible rolled into one person. And man, I mean, I'm not the only. He's almost. He's so famous for being a douchebag. People have like created a website, Glenn Sierra Incel, about him. And man, I don't. He should not have been allowed to breed. I mean, that should not have happened. I'm hoping that it skipped a generation. Let's just say, I hope that his son or his daughter. I mean, because anyway, I'm going to shut up about that guy. But let me tell you, if you want some prime Rage Hall, just type in frauditor Glenn Sierra, and then just type in Glenn Sierra arrest, and then you'll be able to see him be arrested, and you'll be again. I mean, you think feel sorry for cops? Oh no, cops are bad, but no, watch these, and you're like, oh my God, those poor cops. Oh, they have to put up with this guy. Anyway, yeah, I thrive on Rage Hall sometimes. I'm sorry. I mean, during the election, I actually sat through the entirety of Donald Trump's CNN, town hall the other day simply because I got so much done. Because I was like sitting here going, fuck off, shut up, God damn it. I was just getting so much done. Yeah. Thank you, Trump. You inspired me because you just make me so angry. I have to like get my anger out somehow, and just yeah. No offense to Trump supporters on here, but he makes me angry. And by the way, if you are a Trump supporter and watching right now, I'd be fascinated to have a respect. I'd be fascinated in having a respectful conversation with a Trump supporter. It can still be done. I just would really like to find out where people's minds are where that's concerned. And I really shouldn't go into politics, really. This is game development. It's just sort of gauche to go into that. So anyway, sorry. Give me. I was just collecting my thoughts for a minute and figuring out because right now we have a lot of. This is like one of these cluster Fs that can happen. You got to be real precise with what you're doing here. Just making sure that everything meets up at the right place. Because really, I mean, unfortunately, what happened, I sort of got into the whole fraud, the First Amendment auditor procedure. And can I say, there do need to be people that keep an eye on policemen and such, and due diligence and keeping up with like public records, et cetera, et cetera. But honest to goodness, these guys, these auditors, take it to a completely new level. Um, yeah, well, I think I've exhausted pretty much all those videos because I've been just serially watching those over the. I forgot that I had these over here, and this is one of the things that makes me wonder because, I mean, Wayne, you saw the thing about how it loads chunks. It means that if the cat gets over here and sees this chunk, it's going to load these over here as well. But considering that each chunk here is 12, we have 12 times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12. 20. Actually, that's 200. I may want to break these things up. That's not right. I mean, it should. Right now, we're dealing with a situation where we want to have is at most 2,000 draw calls or I mean 2,000 2 million tries. And I mean, when you're, I mean, adding a couple hundred, I think we can do it. I'm sorry. I had to talk it out. Sorry for everybody who thinks that, well, I am sort of like just scatterbrained, but it comes with the territory of game development. Developing an open world game, I mean, they used to say that opera was the total art because it required literally every artistic pursuit that you could imagine. It required painting for the backdrops, music, singing, dance, makeup, everything, lighting, every kind of art you can imagine. But no, I mean, I'd say yes, that's true, but also game development is the same way because there are just so many aspects to creating an open world that I mean, when you first get into it, you're like, oh yeah, you just need this, and then you realize, oh no, 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 you need all these other things too. And my goodness, it's like I was telling James just now. The weather. Yeah, we'd like to include rain, and we will eventually because we have all the systems. But you gotta go through and make sure every one of those systems is working. And it's just a step-by-step process. And each one of those systems, I guarantee you, is a multi-day process to make absolutely sure it's working as it should. So that is no, not rain any right now, but it would considering probably in time for the public beta, we will have rain. It would be great to have that because hopefully, can I just say, it would be really great if after we release this public no, the closed beta, which is the minimum viable product that we'll be sending to publishers. One of the publishers goes, "Yeah, we'll toss you some cash and toss you some development dough," and that means we can get all this stuff into the public beta that we want to release. But it's kind of hard to release a demo of an open world adventure game because there's just so much to it because it's kind of hard to give people a slice of the story, but hopefully we can slice it in a way. Basically in the beta you're going to have about half of the first act of the game, not all of it, half, and we're having also wait, I mean last night I discovered this new ocean system we're using because it is not using a geometry based shader. The cats do not automatically collide with it. I had to add a collider to that, and add a invisible box collider to the ocean, and because the ocean swells, it is not matching the box. So I'm going to see, can I add a mesh collider to this thing? Hopefully I can. Because it does look like mesh, it just is not being rendered like mesh. And also there's this weird obelisk that's appearing in downtown that looks like just something bizarre. We're going to see it in a moment. In fact, when we go into the main scene and I bring this in, we're going to take a look at that really quick. See if we can add a mesh shader to this. Actually, geez, we've been going for over an hour. And like I said, all of a sudden we have 3 viewers. People could tune in when I'm here for longer than an hour. Not that they're going to get to see anything more exciting after an hour. They're still going to get to see me doing this. But hey, maybe I could just like turn this into an ACMR channel. And I could go ASMR channel. Just go, we move the little pixels into the place. Oh, it's so tiny. I'd have to get a really special mode microphone, And it's kind of weird to watch doctors discuss ASMR. I get the impression that every doctor, a prerequisite to the doctor is that they can't experience ASMR, because every doctor, I've seen a few that go, oh yeah, it does happen and this is what it feels like. But every doctor who it does a video about it, they're like, it's this thing that some people say they get. And it's like, you don't get it. It's one of those things that I always thought everybody gets. But it's just strange that whenever you watch these medical things that they try to talk about, ASMR, they're just like, we don't know what it is. I've never even heard of it before. And it's definitely real. I never listen to ASMR videos because they just don't seem to do it for me. I just get it naturally occasionally, and I kind of enjoy it when it comes naturally. I'd have to say that people, it's, to me, when I found out about ASMR videos, I was like, that's sort of like the equivalent of masturbation, isn't it? But so, on top of not having anything to do with, ASMR videos never really doing anything for me, I was also like, sounds kind of creepy to me. The thing that always does it for me is the same thing that did it for me when I was a kid, is a cat licking my ear. That just, when they're purring and a cat, jeez, wow, but it's just odd to me that it seems that everybody's like, wow, I've never heard of this stuff. We don't know anything about this supposed condition. They could find people who definitely experience it, could hook them up to, an EKG machine or something. Could they ever do that? I don't know. Let's see here. All right, so we have these guys done now. Really quick, I'm just going to make one last review. Turn off this. Let's see. There seem to be some really apparent gaps here, though. Well, from far out, they're apparent. See? You could see them down there, but when you get in close, it looks like they are all but invisible. Okay, so I'm not going to be too concerned. It's just an optical illusion. So what I want to do is now I want to export these guys. And we're going to call this... I smell curry. I think Laura made something with curry in it. I could go with some curry. I wish there were more restaurants closer to where I lived. Okay, we're going to call this Sidewalk 5, because we're just bringing them in sequentially. It doesn't matter. So now we go to our stuff prefabs, bring that in, and we're going to slap it over where these guys currently are. And let's see. Any chats over here, by the way? Yeah. Well, yeah, it's just bizarre to me that, whenever I've seen, maybe there have been doctors who finally just got the idea, get one of these people and hook them up to, the EKG, and we can find out, definitely something happens. But, yeah. And by the way, nothing wrong with masturbation, just saying. Nothing absolutely wrong with it. In fact, That's one of the crazy things, this that are pure in society and are, masculine, whatever it is, toxic masculinity has gotten us. I understand that is, especially in males, it prevents several diseases. We're losing all of our viewers now that I'm going into that. Just say, it's good for you. Do it, guys. And that's one of the things, if you're not aware, the Proud Boys were like, nope, you can't do that if you're a member of our exclusive weird drinking club. Anyway, let's get off that subject because I'm making a game about cats. This isn't like bizarre 4chan talk. Sorry about that, veering off into that. Just wanted to keep things, just wanted to say that. And follow that up with, because I don't want to shame anybody. I definitely don't, so. All right. God, gotta go all the way in there. Man. Yeah, I am smelling all this curry and now I'm really hungry. What? I can't? Okay, screw you. I'll get it rid of there. That'll just be one more call. Save. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna go into the main scene and just plunk that down because we have Sidewalk 5. Yeah, because just to touch that on again, for many, Dr. Kellogg and everybody's like, oh my goodness, it's the worst thing that a human being could do. It's harmful, etc., etc. No, and because of that, so many men died of prostate cancer. Seriously. And trust me, the last thing you want to die from is that, of any kind of cancer. Trust me. Both of my grandfathers died of it. Smoking related. Yeah, the Proud Boys, and they're like, oh yeah, you can only do that once a month. You have to be within 2.5 feet of your mom or another woman. Anyway, let's get off that subject again, Eric. All right. I just like making fun of the Proud Boys. They're seriously, such pathetic messes. That's should have put off an alarm in anybody who's looking at the Proud Boys, because the first thing, if you're not aware of, that a cult does is try and control your schedule, your life, and big part of that is controlling your sexuality. And Heaven's Gate, like Jim Jones, all of those things. That's what they go. And the Proud Boys, they go into that. And don't let anybody ever tell you what to do with your body. Damn it. Unless you're Glenn Sierra, in which case, just go away. We don't like you. Anyway. All right, now what I want to do here is I want to add a mesh collider, and I want to mark this as static. Likewise with this guy down here, mark it static. And I want to put it on the ground layer, because otherwise whatever it is, I keep on forgetting the name of it. The thing that comes out of the chest that detects I always think of it as the Donnie Darko arrow. If you've ever seen Donnie Darko, you could say arrow. It's the Raycaster. The Raycaster won't, recognize it unless it's on there. So we want to put it on the ground level in both cases. And label it, tag it as ground, because otherwise. So anyway, any other surprises or improvement, same things we in the last test version. Hopefully there will be more butterflies that you can catch. Hopefully we will. One of the things I want to include, and I'm going to be putting together in the next couple of days, Wayne, is actually a kind of hard to explain. The mood bar system, because as your cat walks around, you're going to have to take care of them. You're going to have to keep them fed, let them rest, give them a little bit of fun, have them hang out. Now, the thing is, I got to find myself. That's the first time I did that, this entire cast. And, I'm losing, I could see, lost half the viewership while I was talking about weird things like that. But anyway, let's see. Where was it? The new stuff. What I would like to do is what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a separate build file that will literally be just say three cats in just a big blank area where you have the food, the toys, the bed, the golf cart, and several cats where you can basically do all the stuff that you can do within the game. And because that is a system that's so complex, I would like people to test it independently of the external world because you understand. Um, it's a complex system. And to really have people really find out if it works or not, I would really like for people to play in just a sandbox where, a plain, basically a white box where there's nothing that will mess with, frame rates, play speed, or anything, drain speeds. So hopefully, when we release this next playtest version, we will be able to include that as a separate build, because there's no way. I mean, when Lance and I are working on this, really there is no set mathematical formula established for what we are trying to do in this game. Red Dead Redemption 2 comes a little bit close, but we want to give the playtesters people who have the ability, and it's something that you would literally just have running in the background and maybe check in on every 10 or 15 minutes, just to make sure that so you'll be able to test out a better version of the mood system. This time we have a lot of the roof issues. Remember, you said you can't climb up to the roof of the church. This time we've got that in there now, so that's not a problem. Let's see, Wayne, if for those who may be watching in the future and don't get lost when I was talking about bizarre, topics earlier. How did I get off on that, man? I don't know. Anyway, Wayne pointed out that the cat can't get all the way up to the top. Hopefully you will this time. But it's going to be kind of difficult. We actually should make that a climbable surface because you would want to climb up the side, let's see here. Something else. Actually, I hate to say, but that's about it. We fixed about 1,001 things. I mean, we'd be asking you to go over things that you discovered last time and make sure that those are fixed. But really, the main thing that I really want in here is I want people to be able to do more catching of butterflies, you know, because as your cat, I want this like just like every other game. Say, for example, you're playing Skyrim. As you walk across, Skyrim, if you like herbs and stuff, you can grab herbs on the go and make yourself potions. In this game, I would like it so that as you walk along and you realize, oh, my cat's a little bit sad, I'm going to go over there and I'm going to grab, hunt those butterflies, get my happy level up a little bit, and get a little bit of food in me that'll keep me going. And one of and hopefully, again, I really want the system. This is a conversation I'm going to have with the coder. But to answer your question straight up, and I'm just sort of bad at this. I never answer things simply. I always go on and on. There won't be much new stuff, but there will be some new stuff. Okay, that's the best I can say. Um, um, we got a new dialogue interface in. Not much new in the way of dialogue. Maybe Laura can add a little bit, just like a couple of questions in there, so we can verify that that works. That would be good. We don't have full conversations going. Maybe we could adding that wouldn't be too difficult. So yeah, we'll probably add that. Um, let's see. I mean, most of my work, but that isn't what you asked. Most of my work has just been going through and making things are sure that things are optimized as best as possible. I soon after we sent out that version. But anyway, like I'm not going to go on and on about that. What we're going to do is we're going to go into our global objects here, where's where our ocean is. We're going to get rid of the, where the hell is, this is odd. Did that not get saved? All right. Apparently oh, because this isn't in the main scene. Stupid Eric. Okay. Uh, and actually, since those haven't been put into sectors, but we're not too concerned about that. I've been online now for about an hour, 2 hours, and an hour and 15 minutes. Oh, how do flowers dry? Ah, dad joke. Gold medal there. Boy, yeah, what we're going to do here is we're going to go into the main scene, main exterior. Yeah, it's just, can I just say, I mean, not, no, I gotta shut up about it. It just infuriates me that for generations, men literally died because they were told, oh, don't do this, it's sinful. You know, it's just, goodness gracious, we are screwed up creatures, humans. And I mean, well, that is one thing that I think the internet is good for. I mean, the internet is good for dispelling a hell of a lot of these myths and such that we've suffered under for so long. I mean, like, I don't think, I mean, as much as I decry the internet, and I do, I mean, I don't want to get into this, but I consider us to, I don't think we are mature enough as a civilization to have the internet. I mean, we're seeing that right now. We're just not. All these stupid challenges and everything, it's just crazy. But what we're gonna do, and sorry, we're not. We're gonna go to global objects. I gotta get these up here to the next because that's annoying. They should all objects to be next. So ocean, yeah. Here we have the box collider. What I'm gonna do here now. I'm hoping that this Crest Ocean renderer is. We're just gonna add a mesh collider to it this time, and we're literally gonna start this just so that we can run the cat off the edge of the pier there. And you'll be able to get like a view of something that's irritating the living fuck out of me, man. Sometimes stuff appears in a Unity scene and you just cannot find its origin, and it is so infuriating. And I'm encountering that now. But we're gonna see. Let's just see if when we drive into the ocean, if we, teleport back to land. I think Lance doesn't have it set up properly because last time I did this, when the cat ran off the end of the pier, it disappeared. Now, I think I've explained this, Wayne, before in a previous update or something, but if not, this should be new. If you do not take care of a cat out of the 9 that you have control of, they will just run off for about it'll be determined for about how long, just long enough for it to be inconvenient for the player. And after a certain amount of time, the cat will you'll have to go to places, its favorite places you've seen it before, to find it again, to bring it back into under your control. And I want to. That'll be a strange thing to balance, and I know we can do it, but it'll be a strange thing to balance because I guarantee you, the flaw in this plan, can I just say, is that somebody out there will figure out a way to just selectively have the cats run off, and you'll find a way to hack the game, creatively. Oh, I don't have to feed my cats or take care of them at all. You just let them run off, and I can still solve the quest. But we're going to do everything we can to make sure that that does not happen. That it's unhackable. It is all math, and in the end, you can close these like problems, these backdoor, cheat things. At the end of the pier, it disappeared for a couple of and that's wrong also because oh jeez, I hate to put this out there as a spoiler, but you will always have one cat that will be under your control. That you can't have all of your cats run off. There will always be one that no matter how sad or miserable, or you leave them or keep them, they will begrudgingly stay at your command. But there will be no benefit. Now, see here, this is the crap that I'm talking about. The stuff that infuriates me. You see these weird monolithic sidewalk clones. We should see them. Those are solid objects. Come on, look, see, those are there, right? Those are there. Look, there. Now let's go into our scene window. And see, even in the pause window, they are still there. Now let's go over here to where the kitty is. It's like loose ends like this just bother the hell out of me. You see, where's our kitty? Yeah, there she is. But where are these sidewalks? Where are those huge things? Where are these things? You see what I'm saying? We should see them in the scene view. I mean, if at the very least, if we turn on, collide gizmos, maybe we would see them. No. And I've gone through the mesh bakers. I've gone through the sectors. I've re-exported. They're still there, and it's just one of those things that just drives me up the wall. But anyway, let's go back into the game and run the kitty off the pier. Da 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 da. Poof. It should be heavier. It should just blast right through there. Okay. Okay. This is odd. The ocean isn't there at all now. Did the mesh collider screw it up? That's odd. Sorry. I'm going to be a few more minutes because this is confusing. And I want to bury that bizarre conversation that we had midway through when I had my spike of 4 viewers and I just started talking about just bizarre incel stuff. Anyway. All right. Let's see here. We can see here that the ocean is there. What we're going to do, though, is now we're going to go into our ocean, and we are going to remove the mesh collider. And see. Okay. I mean, it's there, right? Let's run it. Game. If the ocean just stopped showing up all of a sudden, I'm going to be upset because it was working fine. Oh, Whooper! Oh, well, hey, Whooper. Nice to see you. And also, apologies for not recognizing you there until now. Nice to see you, guy. What we're doing right now is I'm trying to figure out. Well, I came in here to see if we added a mesh collider to the ocean, if the the automatic teleport of the cat the cat back to land would work, but no, it does not. And also, in addition, the ocean no longer renders during gameplay, and that's odd because it should. I mean, it's right there. I'm wondering if it's somehow connected to this bizarre thing that I was showing you with the curbs earlier. Yeah, trouble always happens. And you know, something is in the back of my mind. I really don't like Sector. Sector allows us to make the game load. No, nah, we gotta use Sector because otherwise it would blow out the game. I'm sorry. Forget that. I'll be right back. I'm going to go grab a mushroom. Hey, Lizzie, how you doing? Oh, goodness. Yes, a mushroom. All right. Let's see. We're just gonna screw these guys. I mean, I don't care about these. Do we see the ocean? No, the ocean is gone. What the hell? Why is the ocean not rendering? Feck. Feck, feck, feck. Now, Wayne, you were asking about new stuff in the next demo. I mean, I don't think in the last, demo that we released or the next last PlayStation you could catch bugs, but hopefully, that'll be okay. We have an issue here, and what the hell is going on here? Don't tell me we still have some freaking collider there that I have not addressed. Sorry. There we are. Oh, there's still stumps attached to the kitty here. I thought I fixed those. I'm gonna have to. I know why that's happening, but right now I'm running. What is this collider that it's running up against the kitty? No, I won't be able to see it here. I'm gonna. Here's where we're gonna end tonight. I got new sidewalks in. The ocean isn't working, but that's what I'm gonna work on while I slowly eat my mushroom. Mmm, so tasty. Yeah, Wayne. Uh, that is because yeah. I could show you actually really quick. Um, we deliberately set that because um, speeder review. Essentially, it's just one line of code. Yeah, here the sector load size. I need to up that to 5 5. There we go. That's all. That's done. Um, we that was sort of intentional in the last demo that we released, or the PlayStation Play testing version that we released. Just for ease of loading. But I told I think James, who is or was it no Ethan. I got to create a build for them later on tonight, and but now I'm like, geez, now the ocean isn't working. What the hell's going on? I mean, I removed all the things that would be causing it to not work, and now it's damn it. I mean, this was the exact same way. Oh, hold on. There's a scale in the ocean. This should not be. One. That's weird. One, tab one, tab one. Yeah. Okay. reset the scale to 2. Oh, it is. Yeah. That's why. All right, let's try it again. But this time I'm going to stick the cat way out there on the edge. And again, this is just to make sure that the cats spawn properly. And after this, I got to call it quits because I'm going to make myself some decent food. I don't know why. I'm feeling hungry. I wish I had bread. I'm out of bread. Oh, and by the way, have the rats interfered with my work again? Rats. Rats. Oh, I get it. No, no. Oh, no, Wayne, Wayne, they have not. Or no, no, Woofer, they have not interfered. Um, can I just say? I mean, really, maybe that's a good way to finish off. And I recommend sticking around for the. Wayne, are you there? Woofer Poof? I'm figuring you're there, right? Because we just went down to one viewer. Because if you're still there, I could answer your question in full, and it might be an interesting listen. If it's just Wayne, well, screw you, man. I don't want to talk to you. No, no, no. But, just want to check this first. Yeah, okay. Well, it's okay. We lost Woofer Poof. Sorry. All right. Well, here's the thing about what Wayne is about. Not Wayne, but Woofer Poof is talking about. Understand. I think that there is a hell of a lot of merit to the concept that time only moves forward. Uh, and but that is currently mostly based upon our current understanding of physics. And to understand, we got the ocean back. By the way, it looks like that was our problem. Oh, hey, the weird. Oh no, no, it's still back there. I thought the weird sidewalk was gone. Oh well, we lost Woofer. Oh no, he's still here. I guess it's not showing me. Okay, so Woofer, Alice, remember when we got to test this? Oh, it looks like there was some sort of weird collider back there that we fell off of. Let's just see here. All right, well, there was something there. Don't know what it was. And now it's locked up. Please don't do this to me. Come on. Okay, I'll continue talking about Woofer, about the rat thing. Now, to assume that our current understanding of the concept that time only flows forward is the definitive understanding of the universe is and how things work is laughable. I mean, quite frankly, I lived through in my lifetime through the times where zoop. Okay, okay, it didn't detect the collision. Damn it. But I'll finish. Sorry. We have to get that back in. That'll be something else to fix. Damn it. The ocean isn't we'll see what we can do. There's gotta be a way. Okay, so anyway, to go back to the subject I was talking about, understand we as a species, as humans, 200 years ago, we didn't even have germ theory. For 700,000 years, our highest technical achievement was stone axes. And we know that because we have found examples of these stone axes that were made almost literally 500,000 years apart, and they are identical. We are a very, we don't know a hell of a lot much about, the universe and how it works. Now, say for example, it were possible, or somebody did figure out a way, if there was a way to somehow go up against that trend. I mean, it's not the trend, but the insistence of the forward nature of time, and to be able to send a signal backwards or information backwards. I don't think I, I would imagine that that would be. I mean, if somebody was able, if an entity or anything was able to master time travel, or not so much time travel, or the ability to send information through time, it would not be a precise. Excuse me. It would not be a precise operation. I think. I mean, and it's sort of like presumably on my side. But I think that if an entity or a civilization did get that level of, it did get to the ability of time travel, it would be just like almost like the the absolute end possible of possible knowledge. If such. I mean, I'm trying to come up with a term for it, just like almost on a golden age of dark age of technology stuff. Now they're talking to I'm talking to Wooferpoof here. It would be something that would be like just something that would be only achievable by the most perhaps advanced and powerful civilizations. And if they did use it, they could only have, they would not have much control over it. If they did it, it would be through the use of a process, in my opinion, similar to quantum tunneling. And if you're familiar with that concept, it's basically, I mean, it's what a lot of people use in, to as an excuse for time, as an explanation for time traveling in movies and such. That's basically the process where they, I mean, the old thing of if if I toss, keep on pressing this a billion, an infinite number of times, there will come a time where my finger, where my the atoms in my finger and molecules are just aligned perfectly, and I will go straight through. And incumbent upon a process like that, it is not like a gun or a laser beam. It is like not even a shotgun. It is a blunderbuss. It would be a signal sent back in such a way that it would be diffused. It would not reach its intended target. It would either in space nor time. It would splatter in a radius around that time in space time, uh, and as a result, the signal that was meant to go to a certain person at a certain time may reach that person, but a billion other signals were sent out at the same time that never hit anybody, or maybe hit somebody else, and maybe at a time that was several centuries or millennia, either in the past or the future. So that's I think why I maybe the rats haven't, we haven't heard anything from the rats in a while. I think maybe we uh, maybe I've said too much. Yeah, I think I've said too much. Good night. Bye bye everybody.